After the success of Solus in 2012, the much-lauded duo of Georg Rottensteiner and Trevor Storey reunited a year later for the arcade run-and-gun platformer Guns N' Ghosts. Assisted in the musical department by Richard Bayliss, this is somewhat of a development dream team and the resulting game doesn't disappoint. Spurred into action by reports of strange disappearances, our developers come Deadite hunters are ready to purge the US states of the unholy, the rotten, and a bunch of reanimated freaks. The narrative is loose but has a clear sense of fun, providing a suitable setup to introduce a whole range of monsters. Firing this up, I was instantly impressed by Bayliss's loading and title tunes, indicating that some strong production values lay ahead. A plethora of options greet you, including various two-player modes, sound effects and music toggles, and a character select allowing you to choose either George with his trusty shotgun or Trev's lightning mind powers. The graphics are well presented with the relatively small character and enemy sprites displaying a good level of detail. As the action is very frantic, a savvy design choice taken by the developers is to employ a distinct colour palette. The character and foreground sprites are bright and vibrant, with 2 or 3 tone backgrounds providing contrast, ensuring that when the action becomes busy, it doesn't become too muddled. As Guns N' Ghosts minion slaying is confined to a single screen, there are no scrolling or parallax issues to contend with, meaning the game is highly optimised, never dropping a frame during its more hectic moments. Animations are simple but effectively communicate some of the game mechanics, such as George's shotgun reload, which plays a big part in the overall dynamics of the game, such as knowing when the animation cycle ends to make sure you've popped another shell in the boomstick. Level interludes are a nice addition as the duo head all over the country to exercise their demonic presence, further in the story and tying together the different locales you'll be visiting every dozen levels or so. The environments offer up enough variety to keep proceedings interesting. From visiting graveyards to dusty deserts, George and Trev have such sights to show you. While it may not contain the most flamboyant of sprite work, it certainly serves to focus the player on the gameplay, with graphics taking a backseat to fluidity. Bayliss's soundtrack is really the only way to play the game, with sound effects being slightly lackluster and sparse. The loading, title screen, interlude and main game compositions are extremely energetic, complementing the on-screen action. While it would have been nice to have a little more variation in game, it's testament to the main SID tune that it never gets old or repetitive, seamlessly matching the ebb and flow of your killing spree. Guns N' Ghosts doesn't stray too far away from your standard action platformer, but still manages to forge an identity of its own with a mix of power-ups and 2 completely different playstyles for each character, bringing a layer of strategy to the carnage. As mentioned previously, the only way for George to reload is to stand still, allowing the animation to finish. This can take a little bit of time, so keeping an eye on your ammo count is a must if you want to survive. Failure to do so will be an invitation to death, so retreating and reloading becomes integral to progression. Also, playing as George means you'll be able to pick off enemies at a distance, while Trev's mind powers have a limited range and is more difficult to play as a result. Extra lives are quite plentiful in helping you navigate the 72 levels, but that's not to say it's easy. Death will initially come quick, but repeated plays and learning enemy attack patterns will be rewarded with advancement. Power-ups such as one-hit kills, increased weapon range and upgraded ammo capacity will empower you against the undead. Thankfully, controls are tight and responsive, allowing you to pull off some great escapes when it looks like all is lost. The jumping arc feels great, but platforming will require a degree of precision, as not hitting a ledge flush means you could fall into the brood waiting below. The various 2-player modes are where the game really excels. If players decide to take a character each, teamwork is essential and can lead to some heated moments, on and off screen. For those just wanting a quick blast, 2 Georges are the way to go. As there is no password or checkpoint facility, it can seem initially harsh to replay earlier levels after exhausting lives, but a little bit of perseverance goes a long way, and what may seem like a daunting challenge soon becomes an addictive and enjoyable romp, best played in short sessions like any true arcade game. Guns N' Ghosts is an incredibly solid example of the genre that does enough right to elevate it amongst its peers. Veering on the right side of challenging, its core gameplay loop provides a rewarding experience that draws you back time and again.